Whoops and doodle. Snood and da.
All the best people are crazy. All the best people are.
What's up, crazies? My name's Jessie, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am a digital intermediate engineer, also known as a conforming artist, who spent the last couple of years working in film post-production and who can tell you a lot about how movies are made and what to notice while watching them. Strap in today because we are watching the probably most intense episode of the Heartstopper series so far. I'm of course talking about Journey, episode 4 of Heartstopper season 3, canonically known as the favorite episode from the actor Kit Connor. Get your tissues ready because we are gonna cry today.
Yeah, I think I've still got a couple hours before I see him.
I can't believe it's been 2 months.
Yeah, same.
How are you feeling?
I don't know.
I really like how they mixed the sound in the scene. I just noticed this because I'm wearing headphones. Tara's audio was centered to the right and Nick's is centered to the left, matching how it's framed in the scene, which is such a cool detail. I really like that.
Have you done any journaling?
I still don't really think I'm a journaling sort of person.
Same.
It helps you process your emotions.
What is something that you like to do to de-stress and to process your emotions? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm always looking for new things to adapt in my everyday life, so let me know.
You know that saying, things get worse before they get better? I think I understand that now.
Oof.
Back in September, Charlie had a GP appointment. Things started to get really bad after that.
Oh, darling.
His eating disorder got worse, and then he stopped talking to me about it.
Okay. Oof. They really used Tom Odell, the two Tom Odell songs, in the exact right moments. Having Best Day of My Life play in episode 1 killed me. And now this. Now Black Friday. I'm not ready for this. Forgive me if I sing along. It'll prevent me from losing it and crying.
It was a spinning wheel that was just getting faster. And it was becoming unbearable for him.
In this scene, they have a vignette at the edges. A vignette is when the corners of the picture are darkened. They also used a wide angle lens here to make the things on the side seem stretched, which makes Charlie and Nick even smaller in the center to really emphasize the feeling everything's closing in. And then the leaves on the bottom, normally, right? The leaves always fly around them. Here they've fallen. The leaves have literally fallen because things are so bad. That's such a symbolic, well-planned, well-filmed, and well-decorated image to really convey what's going on in the moment. I love this show!
And, you know, he told me he used to self-harm. I'm sorry. It's okay, it's okay. I read up about it online as well. It said you had to make them feel cared for.
Not Nick Googling how to comfort his depressed boyfriend. Oh, you're too good for this world. But that should be a standard.
And not judge them. It didn't feel like enough, but I guess I tried.
You did well.
I tried to just be there.
That's the best you can do.
I love you.
Wanna be pretty like the sun. Ooh. Oh, the wig is coming off. Woohoo! Finally.
Finally, I've been waiting for this moment.
In a black taxi.
He knew the compulsions made no sense, but he didn't know how to stop them. Neither did I.
Darlings. Oh, this is so heavy. I just wanted to point out that I like the blue-orange contrast in here. I also love how they fade in and out of the instrumental of Black Friday, but then add in the lyrics when the voiceover pauses. Very beautifully edited and sound designed.
Maybe you should tell your parents. Do
Always.
you think it'd help? Not really?
Don't cry. If you cry, I'll cry.
And I'll cry. We all cry.
It was weird being at school without Charlie. He wasn't allowed his phone in there, so I couldn't even ask how he was.
Oh, Wow, they even took his phone. That's crazy, but it makes sense. So you can't really, be influenced by social media and stuff, especially with ED and body dysmorphia and everything he's dealing with. That's intense, but it's important. Like when you go to a psychiatric clinic, you're there for reasons that you know. And it's good to have that break. It's supposed to take you out of your environment that is unhealthy and put you in a neutral environment to help you just deal with whatever is going on in an environment where there's professionals all around you and also other patients who might be going through the same things. So that's, what these clinics are all about. I love that they're handling this subject with such a respectful care to people going through this, because this is very accurate. And I love that he's actually going to a clinic. There's such a stigma around therapy and then clinic, the mentally ill, like the crazy people, the lunatics. No, that's not it. People who go to clinics are people who have realized that the way that they're leading their life and whatever their environment is so toxic for them that they need a change of scenery and they need to be around professional help for a while to get back on their feet. It's actually people who are trying to work on themselves who go there, not people who've given up and are just cuckoo, And I love that this show uses this and shows like, no, people go there to get help and they're not crazy. He's Googling everything. Darling. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, can be unlucky, unfortunately, and have bad experiences. It is kind of a gamble, a dangerous one if you're already mentally unstable, so to say. It can go either way. And let's see how it goes with Charlie.
Do you think he's okay?
Where is your mom? His mom's not there, so he's talking to the dog.
Charlie said I could tell our friends what was going on. He didn't want them all visiting, but they still found a way to show their support.
Love it. What about board games?
Oh, Darcy's hair. This looks amazing. Is that a mullet or a wolf cut? I'm not sure. What's the difference? Also, the orange suits him so well, and I like the tie. Perfection.
I'll make a book list for him.
Oh, what about movies? Does he have access to a Blu-ray player at all?
Yeah, probably.
What's a Blu-ray player?
You don't know what Blu-ray is? Oh my god. Where have you been? It would be embarrassing if I, in my line of work, did not know what a Blu-ray player is. And also here, I like it that they didn't do a lot of sky replacement here. It's overcast and it's fine. They've learned. Oh, is that Captain America? We like what we see. We're allowed to fangirl.
You're supposed to be my cat.
I'm just Kit.
Where I see love, she sees a friend.
I'm making a video for Charlie so he knows how much we all love him. What do you have to say to your boyfriend, Charlie Spring?
Billie Eilish.
I love you.
The song, the face, the acting, the zoom. Cinematic perfection.
You had it here first, folks. Nick Nelson loves Charlie Spring. Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Oh. He's having fun.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Go Imogen. Go explore. Can I say something? No! I kinda don't like Sahar because she's always so mean and rude and annoyed towards Imogen. She might say something nice, but then she backs it up with two mean comments about Imogen's behavior or something that she said or her opinion on something. She always has to put it down, and I'm like, why would Imogen fall for that kind of personality? She did date Ben, who was probably also condescending towards her. I mean, he was. We know that. We saw it a little bit in season 2. I mean, go explore, girl, do whatever. But Also know that you're worth someone treating you well and not like that.
Everyone kisses everyone when they're drunk. I'm allowed to experiment.
Yeah, exactly. But, know your worth, girl. Nick is such a good friend. But you can see he's like barely holding it together, like he's wearing a mask. I love the color combo in the scene, the pink and the blue. It's so nice. They had that in the arcade in season 1, which was like my favorite. And here they use it again. I'm like, yay! They brought back the pink and the blue.
Mind if I join?
I love how their friendship has developed. And we flash back to the arcade where Tao was so, protective of Charlie and telling him, hey, don't play with him and give him false hope and whatever. To this, where Nick is literally having a mental breakdown and Tao's just there holding him. Again, like I said in last episode, yes, these children are going through a lot. These teenagers have a lot on their plates. However, they have a good support system because they have each other and they have grown-ups around them that are helping, more or less, depending on which family. Nick isn't alone, even though he thinks he has to manage it all by himself. But here is the first time where he leans on someone else, where someone else is like, no, I got you. I know what you're going through. It sucks. It's hard. But I got you.
At the start of November, Charlie phoned me from the clinic for the first time. Well, next year, I'm going to make you go as Spider-Man.
Your Marvel agenda is never going to work on me.
Still funny. Joe Locke is now in the MCU.
So I have anorexia and OCD.
Oh.
Getting right into that. The OCD makes a lot of sense. Anorexia on its own looks a bit different than what Charlie has. Through the OCD, he developed an ED because of the bullying that he went through when he was outed. But it also makes a lot of sense that he has OCD because oftentimes it can occur when somebody grew up with an overbearing parent. We know Charlie has that.
It's like I have all these rules in my head about food, and if I don't follow them, I feel like I'm gonna die. Sorry, I have to laugh about it or I'll just cry.
It's so crazy how there's so much happening in Kid Connor's face right there. Learning time. There's, different ways to frame a person in a scene depending on how close you are to them. I wanted to dive quickly into the difference between a detail and a close-up. Close-up is a close-up of a person's face, like so. This would be a close-up. A detail is when you go so close that you can only see part of their face, not their entire face, like so. That's a difference. So they first had a close-up and then they jumped into the detail just to make you feel like you're almost inside of the person. Very nice filmmaking.
Well, even if you do have anorexia and OCD, the word sorry is still banned.
And there he goes, making Charlie feel good.
I'd visit him with his family a couple times a week after that.
What?
Nothing. Still not sure if Tori likes me.
Girl, come on. She likes you.
Hello, welcome back.
Hi, nice to see you.
Oh my god, the leaves on the wall! They didn't have to do that, but they did. They put Heartstopper leaves on the wall of this set. It just makes it feel so personal, when they put in all these details and when they put in these on the wall. I mean, not in purple, but still, it's like these people really love what they're doing.
I've been trying to tell you.
Oh, the music. Tell ya myself what you all to myself.
And when will you fall?
Wait, I want to read what they wrote. Hold on. Charlie, school is so weird without you. My BFF. I miss you so much, little guy. Please look after yourself or I will be very cross. Love you so much. If you like your present, I can't. Something you think. Miss you so much, little guy. Tao, stop cutting onions. Hi, Char. You are so strong and you will get through this because you are strong and amazing. I love you. I'm always here for you. Probably Nick. No, these are so cute. Oh, what did Elle write? Dear Charlie, we all love you so much and can't wait to see you soon. I am so sorry things have become so hard. Things will get better. I know I can't wait for Christmas movie night with you and the boys. Elle, they have a Christmas movie night? Ooh, that's so much fun. I want to do that with my friends. Thank you for the info, Heartstopper. Oh, I wish I could see everything what they wrote.
I knew he wasn't magically better or anything like that. I know it doesn't work like that.
Doesn't. Magic don't exist.
And I knew staying away from home was a risk. It could have been horrible. For some people it doesn't help at all.
Sadly. But for him it did, which is so good.
Can you kiss me, please?
Yep, that's an actually sunny day. No sky replacement. Woohoo!
Maybe it's just me hoping for the best, but honestly, I think it helped. I really do.
I think so too. Leaves are flying. Love is blooming. Christmas lights are hanging. Ooh. And we're going back. We're going back in time. Almost dying in the process. I love how this episode is structured. This episode in the history of Heartstopper is the episode with the most time passing. 4 months in one episode? Wow, that's a lot. They really sat down and thought about, okay, how can we make this feel natural? How can we make it also feel dynamic in the story progression? And how can we make it not too rushed, but also not boring? That's always a difficult line to walk, but they did it beautifully here. And now we're back in September. Now we're back on the sofa with Charlie, and the leaf is falling down again because back then things were still bad. And now we're getting into Charlie's POV. Oh, this episode is so nicely done. It's the first time that we've had voiceover in the show, and it made sense because it was a journal entry and not just some random person talking in the off.
Would you say that you're thinking about food almost all of the time?
Yes, I think that's accurate.
Let him speak.
I say that was accurate, wasn't it, Charlie?
She's trying. Fine, I can see that.
Charlie, I've asked you 3 times. I need you to come downstairs. Get out there. I told you I need to
There you got the voice.
Staying in the clinic for a couple of months was not my plan.
It's never the plan, but it's a mature step forward. Of course, he won't come back fully healed, but it's a jump start into the process of healing. And I love that the show displays it just like that.
Some people come out of these places even worse than when they went in, because they just get treated like shit. I didn't get treated like shit. I had Susan.
I wasn't treated like shit. I had Susan. That bird just psst us.
He's a beaver. He shouldn't be saying anything.
That's also on the Hall of Fame of people I like the least in cinema. That mom is on there. Susan is on there. And of course, Ross Geller. I'm the president of the I Hate Ross Club.
You know, sometimes your words, they hurt.
Should I react to Friends?
What? No.
Mine's bad.
We can't all be artists.
I love her.
And it's also where I met Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
I'm gonna be your therapist while you're here.
And I met a few nice people. Probably not like lifelong friends, but I wasn't alone.
And that's it. One of the best reasons also to go to a place like that. Besides the therapy, one-on-one therapy, there's group therapy or other people at least around who are also struggling. And then you get there and you're like, ooh, oh, I'm not the only one going through bullshit. Maybe I'm not as hopeless of a case as I thought.
I know you can do it, Charlie. Come on.
I think a part of me didn't even want to get better, because putting in the effort to change seemed too hard. I thought food was something I could control, but it was the other way around.
Also, that is such a real emotion, such a real state of mind. I want to get better, but I can't because putting in the effort is just so hard. Because you've developed, in his case, the ED as a coping mechanism to controls at least something when everything else was spiraling around him and he was getting bullied. It's manifested so much in his entire being and his thoughts. You know, his brain is wired to function with the ED. And breaking those patterns, that's work. That is so much work. The hardest thing to unlearn is how your brain functions, patterns, emotional behavior. When they're unhealthy, those are the hardest things to unlearn. Even more difficult than behavior is thinking patterns, like body dysmorphia, thoughts about everybody hates me or nobody likes me or I'm alone, you know, things like that. Those thoughts that have festered in here, those are the hardest to unlearn and to restructure. Putting in that effort, or the thought of putting in that effort, can be what is stopping someone to take that step to get better, to get help. Because it's so daunting. It seems like the most impossible thing to even attempt. But I love that in this show, they're not shying away from that. I don't want to get better because it's too hard. It's too much work. I can't. I'm so done with everything. I can't. But then there's this woman who's saying, I believe in you. I know you can.
I know you can do it, Charlie.
I can't.
I know you can.
If she tells him often enough, every day, multiple times a day, that thought can enter into that manifested pattern and maybe start to break off some of it. And that's why also, like I said, that going to a clinic is a jump start, but not you go there and then you're healed and you're done after 6 to 8 weeks, right? No, that's not how it works. It introduces you to something healthy, to something manageable, but it also requires you to put in the work after. I really like that they made this so, I don't know, it feels so natural. It fits into the storyline and it makes sense and it's realistic. It's like this could be the neighbor's kid, right? Going through this, going to a clinic, going to therapy, because it's so how it is in real life.
I could have called Nick whenever I wanted. I was still feeling so horrible. I didn't want him to worry.
Oh, he worried either way, honey. You can just talk to him.
For some people, an eating disorder is about body image, losing weight, calorie counting. But from my perspective, your eating disorder is connected to obsessions and compulsions. Eating the right thing at the right time and in the right circumstances. Does that sound accurate?
Yeah.
And when those obsessions become particularly intense, that can trigger the urge to self-harm.
Whoa, that's a good therapist. Thank you, Hollywood, for finally putting a good therapist on screen.
So let's unpack that.
Nothing to add. Mashayla. Mashayla was invented for Charlie Spring. Oh, sitting with people, that's progress.
Nick really wants to talk to you.
I want to talk to him too.
He's my favourite. Your friends are quite annoying, but I like him.
I love her.
If I let you call your boyfriend, do you solemnly swear
that you're up to no good?
Mischief managed.
The word sorry is still banned.
Oh, can't I play the mental illness card now?
I love that we see this conversation from his POV now. Because in his voice, Nick sounds like hee hee hoo hoo ha ha. But in his face, we saw chaos, catastrophe, world ending.
I've been making you a present.
You don't have to do that.
Shut up, yes I do.
Sorry I didn't tell you about all of this.
Well, I didn't exactly make it easy for you.
You were having your summer of love.
Well, I love you too. Can I ask you how you are? Or was that kind of a shit question?
Let me know, how can I be there for you? Tao is really such a good friend. Being with Elle really helps him mature, because she's so mature. She's like, what, 17, 16? But also so retrospective. I was not like that at that age. That came when I turned 25, when my prefrontal cortex developed.
It's hard, and I wish I was at home.
But I think it was a good decision.
I hate that you were so... And I had no idea.
Oh, so nice. The sound moved to the right, just like in the beginning. He's being mature. He's being like, I'm sorry that you were so down and I didn't see it. But at the same time, he was busy being in love.
I was good at hiding it.
Also true.
But I missed it.
Can you explain to me what happened with Imogen and Zahar?
Imogen was doing shots like all night. I mean, a whole bottle of tequila.
Oh, dang. Is season 3 just everybody turning into alcoholics? But It's so interesting how with him in his POV there are no leaves flying about, and I could imagine it's because he's still a bit too depressed to have all of the fields back. But of course he's still happy to see him, but you can still tell that he's not there yet.
Hi, my name is Tao Su, and this is my short film about the everyday lives of my friends group. Well, my friends group minus one, who we all love very much. I hope that by watching this video, he'll feel like he's been here the whole time. Because, in a metaphorical way, he has.
Tao, that doesn't even make any sense.
Yes, it does.
I'm kind of mad at you, actually, because I asked you if you were okay. And I guess you just lied.
This video starts out with, I hope that when Charlie sees this, he'll feel better. First thing we see is Isaac being like, fuck you, why didn't you tell me that you were not doing well? I asked you and you didn't say anything. What am I doing? Interesting editing choice there you did, Tao. As an editor myself, that was a choice.
Barbie and Dracula seen making out at a house party. What is going on here?
And now she's immediately upset again.
To you.
You're so pissy all the time at Imogen. I mean, I understand in this context, it's okay to be upset, but like at the same time, it's like, that's how you always are. You're always annoyed at her. I don't ship them. I don't. Come on, we have so many healthy relationships around us. You have to agree that this is not one of them.
Hi, Charlie. I just wanted to let you know that I'm trying out they, them pronouns. I'm just seeing how I feel.
Power to you, Darcy, but still so rushed. Their non-binary exploration. I know they did it because the person playing Darcy came out as non-binary and they wanted to give that space as well, but it's like they just sprinkled in some of it. I don't feel like it got the respect it deserved, and also not the space it would deserve, because this is a big deal. But at least, you know, we have representation. We always want more representation. How do you feel? What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
I don't know if you have a phone in there, Charlie, but I think he'd like to hear your voice.
Oh, he's so golden retriever. Oh, my Shayla. Oh, my Shayla. Okay, my Shayla was invented for both Nick and Charlie.
I know this looks like a painting for you, but if this turns out really good, then I'm keeping it.
That's so pretty.
I miss you, Charlie. I love you.
I love her.
We love you, and we miss you. And our friends group really isn't the same without you. But we know you're doing what you need to do right now.
Yeah.
And I hope that this video makes you feel loved.
Ah, Tao is such a cutie. And I really do see him becoming a videographer. It feels so a teenager way of editing. I don't know what I'm saying. It doesn't feel like from a professional editor, because he's not. It feels very homemade.
Hi, Charlie. I love you.
Stop cutting onions, Kid Connor!
Being at the clinic didn't magically cure me of mental illness.
Of course not.
I know it's scary, but you're ready for this, Charlie. And we can carry on our sessions once a week for as long as you need.
Now that does not make sense. Usually therapists in a clinic are therapists for the clinic, not for private practice. They probably didn't want to invent an entire second therapist. And it's good for Charlie having a therapist he gets along with so well. In case you were wondering or thinking about going to a clinic, at least this is the case for a psychosomatische Klinik in Germany. So like a psychiatric clinic here in Germany. The therapists you have in the clinic, your one-on-one sessions, are not for private practice, are not for your therapist next door, right? So you always need to, if you want to continue therapy after a clinic, you need to go and find one at home, because they stay in the clinic, because they have new patients after you, of course. In case anybody was wondering about this system, here is the information for you, and I'm guessing this would be the same case in other countries as well. If I'm wrong, let me know. This is how it is in Germany.
So even if it's terrible out there, I'll be here to help.
but it got me out of the deep end.
Exactly. That is what these clinics are for. They get you out of the deep end. They push you to a place where you can, in your daily life, start healing.
You are going to be all right.
Thank you.
Just trust yourself, yeah?
Oh, that's a big one. Trust yourself. Easier said than done.
Maybe I won't ever get back to normal, whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
It's not going to be a straightforward journey. It's probably just the beginning.
Yep, it is. But you're doing so great. And you're putting in the work. Woo!
Hey. Dinner at 7?
Yeah.
It says lasagna on your meal plan for today. Is that all right?
Yeah.
She's getting better.
Mum,
Yeah?
do I have time to go and say hi to Nick?
Say yes.
Okay.
Oh, she doesn't suck so much anymore. Woohoo! This time it makes sense that they're hugging as if they haven't seen each other in months, because they haven't. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so great. Wannatalkabout.com. I'm going to link that too. I love that. Resources. This show is really using its platform, i.e. Netflix, to inform about mental health. What other show does that? Let's move on to final thoughts. I've tried very hard not to cry. I love that they dive into the mental health in this episode. And I've already said a lot, so I won't repeat myself now, but just the way this entire episode is structured, the way they bridged the time jump, it's 4 months, was done perfectly. There's nothing to add, nothing to say. I get why Kit Connor says this is his favorite episode. It's my favorite episode too. There's so much detail, so much heart, so much care, but also so much accuracy in the entire mental health aspect. And it's so important to have that on screen, at least somewhere. And especially this show, caters to so many young people. And this is such a healthy way of dealing with all of these heavy topics. This show is more grown up now, but it's also teaching you life lessons. They're still young, but they're already learning things for life that they can keep and learn and go back to later. And I love that this is catered to younger audience, like teenagers, but it has such a healthy, correct, psychologically sound way of showing how to deal with these issues. I have nothing to add. Everything is perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Is this also your favorite episode? And do you agree, disagree with everything that I said about how they handled the entire aspect of mental health and everything? Also, I have linked that website down below if you or somebody you know is struggling with mental illness or especially eating disorders. You're never alone, even though it might feel like you are. You are never alone. That's just the voice in your head. Don't listen to that voice and go get help the moment you realize I can't do this on my own anymore. We live in a time where we actually have therapy available to us, and in Germany it's even for free. Go take care of yourself. You know what? After today, after you watch this video, turn off your computer and do something for you. Do something that makes you feel good, something that makes you feel safe and happy. Go take care of yourself today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, but also to my second channel, Jessie Grace, where I am starting out as an indie musician. Turn on notifications to never miss an upload and all the amazing content coming your way. Stay crazy. See you next time. Bye! This little boy was just standing in front of the door asking if he could rent one of our garages. I don't think so. He was like, oh hi, where is the man of the house? Don't I look like I could live in a beautiful house? Like, what about me? Screams, nope, this woman is not the owner of this house. I feel offended.